sector is changing. Electrical vehicles, everybody's talking about these. Maybe Tesla has made a lot of change. And are we going to see a big change with the electrical vehicles?
Yes, electric vehicles is the future, no doubt. It is not about if it's going to happen or not. It's just about when it's going to happen. And majority of the manufacturers are investing heavily, and this is obviously driven by legislation and concerns on carbon emissions. And so that now that majority of the countries and cities have made commitments to zero carbon emissions, they have to follow it through. And this is already happening. Just to give you an idea of how far the sector is, in Norway, for example, and majority of the northern European countries, they have about 80% of their sales electric vehicles right now.
What are the major trends now affecting the market or the sector? Is it like connected or autonomous automobiles?
Yes. There are three major trends that's going on. One is electrification. It's the soonest that's going to happen. And then there's autonomous driving, which has quite a bit long way to go. Autonomous driving is obviously driving without a driver. And that has 5 stages, and we are currently driving cars that have stage 3. It's going to take some more time for autonomous to come because legislation needs to be in place, insurance companies, who's going to be responsible if anything happens to the car because there's no driver. And lastly is obviously the intelligent mobility, the connectivity on the vehicles, which actually has been happening over the past 20 years, constantly getting developed. And that was initially driven by safety and convenience of driver, and now it is progressing further.
Okay. Now, there's inflation everywhere, interest rates are going up, and everybody is complaining about the prices of automobiles, either in Turkey or here, all over the world. Yeah. Are people talking about different financing models for buying an automobile?
Yes, and this is one of the drivers for electrification, for example, electric vehicles. If you just compare that electric vehicles have 60% less moving mechanical parts, the holding cost of a car, an electric car, is a lot less than ICE engines, which are internal combustion engines. And people are shifting towards more electric vehicles because of that, yes.
Okay, last questions about the region, also Turkey, because the audience is in Turkey. You know Turkey very well also. We have spoken many different developments. How will this affect this region and Turkey in terms of the sector?
Yeah, just to follow up on what I was saying earlier on, I'll connect it to your question. The electrification is the place to go. However, if you just imagine Turkey, for example, with nearly 22 million vehicles on the street, if they connect every night everybody to charge, just think about the consumption that's going to be created for power. But this is a long way to go. There's still a lot of technologies being developed, and Turkey is actually one of the leaders of that. The first Turkish brand TOG vehicle is, as far as I was told, the factory is nearly ready, and it's going to be opening up next year. The production will start, but also in the middle of constructing the factory, they have also signed up to produce electric batteries, which is great. So Turkey has always been a hub of vehicle manufacturing, car manufacturing, but in the region there are other new players coming in now, also driven by electrified cars, such as Saudi Arabia. They have signed up with Lucid to produce the vehicles in KSA. but also a new mass brand is coming up, which will be announced soon. Of course, UAE is always up in front because they have made commitments to net zero in 2050. And with the strategic direction of Make in the Emirates, they are trying to attract manufacturing also here in the United Arab Emirates.
Okay.